Saving my first $1,000 wasn't easy, but it completely changed how I think about money. I wasn't making a lot, and like most people, I had bills, temptations, and unexpected expenses. But through a few key mindset shifts, smart budgeting, and some serious discipline, I finally did it. In this talk, I'll break down exactly how I went from struggling to save anything to reaching that first big milestone, and how you can do it too. Today we'll talk about how I saved my first $1,000. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The wake-up call, realizing I needed to save. For most of my adult life, saving money felt like something I'd get around to eventually. I didn't have a high income, and after rent, bills, groceries, and the occasional treat, there never seemed to be anything left. But the truth was, I wasn't tracking where my money was going, I was just guessing. The real turning point came when I had an unexpected car repair and couldn't afford to pay for it up front. I ended up borrowing money and paying it back over months, which stressed me out far more than the repair itself. That moment was my financial wake-up call. I realized how vulnerable I was and how having even a small emergency fund could prevent so much anxiety. That's when I decided to make it a personal mission to save my first $1,000. 2. Tracking every dollar, the foundation of my plan. The very first step I took was to get a full picture of my finances. I printed out 3 months of bank statements and started categorizing every single expense. I grouped them into essentials like rent, utilities, and groceries, and non-essentials like dining out, shopping, and subscriptions. I was shocked at how much I was spending on small, frequent purchases. $4 coffees, $10 impulse buys online, $15 food deliveries. It all added up fast. I wasn't just spending money, I was leaking it. This exercise was both painful and eye-opening, but necessary. Without knowing where my money was going, I couldn't control it. Once I saw the patterns, I felt more empowered to change them. 3. Creating a realistic, sustainable budget. With my spending breakdown in hand, I built a budget, not an extreme one, but one I could stick to long-term. I separated my expenses into 3 categories: needs, wants, and savings. I applied the 50-30/20 rule as a starting point, aiming to use 50% of my income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. But in reality, I had to start smaller. I couldn't immediately save 20%, so I started with 10%. I used a basic Excel spreadsheet at first, then eventually switched to a budgeting app. Each dollar had a purpose. I didn't deprive myself entirely, but I prioritized what truly mattered. If I had $100 for fun that month, I planned ahead. Maybe one dinner out, one movie night, and that was it. No more mindless spending. 4. Opening a dedicated, untouchable savings account. One of the smartest moves I made was opening a separate savings account specifically for my $1,000 goal. I chose an online bank that didn't have a debit card linked to the account, which reduced the temptation to dip into it. I named the account Emergency Fund, so every time I saw it, I was reminded of the purpose behind it. I also made a personal rule. This money was not for spending unless it was a genuine emergency, though using it to buy clothes or go on trips. This mental boundary helped me treat my savings as sacred. Out of sight, out of reach, and out of mind really worked. 5. Cutting costs without feeling deprived. Next, I focused on trimming my spending, but not in a way that felt like punishment. I canceled subscriptions I wasn't using, like a second video streaming service and a premium meditation app I never opened. I switched to store-brand groceries and bought in bulk when it made sense. I stopped buying coffee on the way to work and made it at home instead, which saved me around $60 a month. I also started meal prepping twice a week, cutting down on food waste and impulse takeout. Every time I made a saving, no matter how small, I transferred that exact amount to my savings account. If I resisted a $20 dinner, I'd immediately put that $20 into savings. This gave me a little dopamine hit and made saving money feel like a win instead of a sacrifice. 6. Earning extra income on the side. While cutting expenses helped, I realized I could reach my goal faster if I also increased my income. I looked for low-barrier side gigs I could do in the evenings or on weekends. I signed up for freelance platforms and offered writing and editing services. I didn't make a fortune, but even $50 here and there added up quickly. I also sold old clothes, books, and unused gadgets online. I made about $250 just from decluttering. Every single dollar from these side hustles went straight into my savings. I treated that extra income as invisible, money I never had to begin with. And that discipline made a huge difference. 7. Automating the savings process. To stay consistent, I set up an automatic transfer from my checking account to my emergency fund. It was just $25 per week at first. It may not sound like much, but it meant $100 per month saved without having to think about it. Automating the process made saving a habit instead of a chore. Over time, as my budget improved and my side income grew, I increased the amount to $40, then $50 per week. The beauty of automation is that it removes decision fatigue. You don't have to choose to save each time. The money moves without effort, and your savings grow quietly in the background. 8. Tracking progress and staying motivated. Saving $1,000 is a long-term goal when you're starting from zero, so staying motivated was critical. I created a visual tracker on my wall, coloring in a block for every $50 saved. Watching the tracker fill up gave me a sense of momentum. I also kept a small journal where I wrote about my wins each week, like skipped takeout and saved $15, or sold old headphones for $30. These small celebrations helped me stay focused, especially during months when progress was slow. I also followed personal finance communities online, which kept me inspired and gave me practical tips from people on the same journey. 9. Dealing with setbacks and staying resilient. Not everything went perfectly. About 3 months into my savings plan, I had to use $200 from my fund to cover an urgent dental bill. At first, I felt like a failure, but then I reframed it. This is why I'm saving, I told myself. If I hadn't had that $200, I would have gone into credit card debt. The experience reinforced the importance of an emergency fund and reignited my motivation to replenish it quickly. Life will always throw surprises at you. What matters is how you respond. I learned not to let setbacks derail me. I saw them as part of the journey, not the end of it. 10. Reaching $1,000 and building on that momentum. Finally, after 5 months of focused effort, I reached my goal. I remember logging into my savings account and seeing a 4-digit number for the first time. I felt powerful. That $1,000 represented more than money. It was proof that I could change, that I could be disciplined, and that I had control over my financial future. From there, I didn't stop. I started working toward a 3-month emergency fund, and eventually began investing in setting bigger financial goals. But that first $1,000 was the hardest and the most meaningful. It gave me confidence, peace of mind, and the foundation to build a financially secure life. Final thoughts. Saving your first $1,000 might feel impossible at first, especially if you're used to living paycheck to paycheck. But trust me, it's doable. It takes awareness, planning, small sacrifices, and sometimes creative income streams. Most importantly, it takes consistency. Even if you can only save $10 a week, start there. The process will teach you lifelong money habits, and the sense of accomplishment you'll feel when you hit that first milestone is priceless. If I could do it with limited income and lots of bad habits to unlearn, so can you. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.